Good evening, everyone. Welcome, and thank you for coming to the Connecticut Handbell Musicians End of Summer Concert. It's great to have you here, especially for braving the storm to get here. Just a few housekeeping. There bathrooms. There's a bathroom right out in the back there, and also out that way, and through the fellowship hall, and up a little hallway. So if you need to use the restroom. Does everybody have a program? Okay. You might have noticed as you came through the doors, that's where the programs are, and there's also bells set up for a free will donation if you'd like to support this wonderful ministry, music ministry. So without further ado, and afterwards there's a wonderful bake sale in the fellowship hall if you'd like to take and goodies and coffee, and yes, come on in and just continue to stay dry and enjoy the evening. So now, without further ado, I'd like to have you welcome the Connecticut Handbell Musicians. Thank you.
Welcome everybody, thank you so much for braving the tornado to come and see our concert today. We welcome everybody who's watching on the live stream because they didn't want to come out in a tornado, and that is totally cool. We are the Connecticut Handbell Musicians, and we have been rehearsing in your beautiful space all summer. Thank you for the air conditioning, we appreciate it. This group is made up of ringers who, when their regular program goes to sleep, their church program, their community choir, when they go to bed for the summer, they still want to keep ringing. They still wanted to learn and do more things and stretch and grow a little bit, and so this group is meant to be a safe space where you can try new things and learn new stuff. The first piece was called Clarion Call. It's by Michael Joy. The Connecticut Handbell Musicians is a subset of Chime In Music with a Mission, and in Chime In we are blessed to have some talented individuals who arrange music as well as ring music, and one of whom is named Tony Sullivan. She has arranged Thaxted for us. This piece is called Prelude on Thaxted, and we appreciate her letting us play it. It is still unpublished. After our first concert, she came back and she said, "Sam, here's a new copy." And I said, "That's great. We have another concert and we're not going to change anything yet. But next time, we will absolutely get on that." So, Prelude on Thaxted. Next, I'm going to introduce a small ensemble. Our group, Felicity, as I did not mention that this is the Connecticut Handbell Musicians' 10th year. And that's really exciting for me because I created this group, and so 10 years is a long time. But what 10 years means is that this is a pre-COVID organization. And so pre-COVID, we got to do this. But then what happens when you don't get to ring next to people and share books and share community and be in the same space at the same time? So what me and my two best friends did was we potted up and made a safe place where we decided we really love ringing together and we wanted to do hard stuff and make great music. Our name Felicity comes from our names, Farrell, Sam, and Dawn. And Felicity also means with great joy. And so we take great joy in ringing together and making beautiful music together. This piece is called March Maestoso, and everybody's ready, so I'm gonna go ring with them.
Pardon me getting dressed in front of all of you. Why is she doing that? What's going on up there? She's putting all this stuff on. I'll be ready in a second.
Thank you very much. So that, playing in a trio, you're playing a lot more bells than you have hands to play. And so one of the things that is essential that we know how to do is know how to play two of them in the same hand. And when you ring a bell, it rings in one direction. If I turn this bell 90 degrees, it doesn't ring. So it's essential that you take advantage of the fact that they only ring in one direction. When you're holding them both in your hand at the same time, if you ring it this way, this one rings and this one doesn't. And when you turn your hand this way, now that one rings and the other one doesn't, because the clapper doesn't work in the other direction. So that's a fun fact. That's called four in hand. Does anybody have any questions? You've seen a bunch of stuff so far. For how many of you is this your first time seeing a handbell choir? Ooh, welcome. But this is different.
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
And in the last song, people in the back row were playing something like a clapper.
Something like that?
Yes.
That is called a choir chime. They are made out of aluminum and they have a purer tone. The bells are made out of bronze, and so that, the way they are tuned, they have an overtone series, which makes the sound sort of fuller. The aluminum choir chimes are just the root of the note. And every single chime and every single bell is one key on the keyboard. So without any of them, there would be holes in our melodies and holes in our music. Anybody else? One more? It looks like maybe they're ready. I'll take one more before we, yes?
How many sets of handbells were done?
Oh, she's seen handbell choirs before, and she has seemed to pick out the fact that there might be more than one set of bells up here. So because we are affiliated with Chime In, we can borrow their stuff. We are using Faith's set, 5-octave set from C3 up to C8. We are borrowing Chime In's 2s, which go below C3. We have G, A, and B 2. And we also have a duplicate set of some of the middle notes, because we have more ringers than we have parts. So I picked out some places where we could have a little more support, and so those are being doubled by other people. And then Felicity on the front row has our own set of bells, which we are borrowing from Chime In. It really makes things much easier to be able to come up to a table that is mostly set for you and not have to worry about setting it for whatever's going on next. It cuts down on the time in between pieces and confusion from other ringers not being able to find stuff. So we're very fortunate that we have multiple sets. So we have a 5-octave, 5.5 octave set, we have a 4-octave set, and then we have a 3-octave set, sort of all intermingled together.
Are they all the same brand?
No, they are not all the same brand. Faith Lutheran's bells are Malmark's. There are 2 manufacturers of handbells, Malmark and Schulmerich, and Faith Lutheran owns Malmark bells. Those are the ones that, if you point them at us, gun style, point them at us, the insides are shiny. Malmark polishes the insides of their castings. Schulmerich does not polish the insides of their castings, and they look like this. Malmark also has black and white handles to match the keys on the keyboard, which when you go back and forth between Malmarks and Schulmerichs, if you have been playing Malmarks and you're used to looking for black handled accidentals as opposed to the white keys, when you go to all black handles, sometimes that's a little disorienting. I'm gonna go ahead and move on because it seems like they're ready. Chime In had the good fortune to go to Area 1 Festival, and at Festival we got to play this piece called Morning Light. It is by Stevie Berryman, who is a fantastic conductor and arranger. Am I in the wrong piece? No, Morning Light. So, okay, excellent. I was hoping to hear some stuff starting to happen. Okay, so Festival is a great opportunity for us to take classes and work with other clinicians, because when you work with a director who's not your own, they point out other stuff or just reinforce what your own director is saying. So we have some rain happening. I suppose we could do without the rain because there's rain happening outside, but we have some rain happening. Morning Light comes from a peaceful place, maybe in the woods, maybe in the mist. So settle into that place with us. is one of the hardest things to do ever, is go so very slowly. Because you just want to put something in those spaces in between. We've got stuff to do, we've got people to see, we have all these things to go, but if we can just take the time and allow that space, amazing things happen in that space in between time. And so, pardon me for my counting, I'm sure you heard it. If you didn't, the live stream folks certainly did on that microphone. So, I'm going to introduce Vicki Morosky. She is the newly elected Connecticut State Chair of Handbell Musicians of America. And she is going to tell us a little bit about that and how you can support your local handbell groups. Because without the local groups, this instrument dies. So we need as much support as we can get. Here is Vicki.
Hi, thank you. I never know how close to put this microphone. Does that sound good? Can you hear me in the back? Closer. Okay, now we got this. This is going now. So I am the newly elected chairman of the State of Connecticut Handbell Musicians of America. And I have a goal for this year, and that's to get more people interested in handbells, the art of handbells. So, let's see, I've made a few notes, pardon me for looking at my phone for that. The Handbell Musicians of America is dedicated to advancing the musical art of handbell and hand chime ringing through education, community, and communication. Little did Margaret Shercliffe know when she brought back those 8 Whitechapel bells from England back in 1907 that we would become the organization that we are today. The popularity of handbells spread from New England through the rest of the country. And by 1954, the first handbell festival brought groups together from all over the United States. And festivals and seminars are so much fun, and you get to meet the new people, and you get to meet old friends, and it's just one of the most fun things that you can have ringing in a big group. So, as Connecticut State Chair, I represent our Connecticut ringers at all the regional and national levels. I want to invite new ringers to join us and experienced ringers to become better. Have you ever tried ringing? Please raise your hands if you've ever rung handbells before. Oh, this is awesome. At the end of the concert today, for those people who haven't rung handbells, we invite you to come up here. We invite you to come try the different handbells and the hand chimes and just talk to us about all the things that we can do. And we'd like to encourage you to find a group in your church, in your community, to start one. This church has a wonderful bell choir, but they're a little short on ringers. I heard that somebody's maybe having a baby pretty soon. Well. I would like to introduce Felicity. This group, you've heard this once before, and they're going to play in the Hall of the Mountain King. It was composed by Edvard Grieg in 1875 for Ibsen's play Peer Gynt. You've probably heard this before. It's a sneaky little ominous, intense, and scary theme. Peer Gynt in the Hall of the Mountain King.
so much. I am so blessed to be able to ring with my best friends. So the coolest thing about what we do is it's harder than anything we have any business doing. But isn't it great to have a safe space to try to do things that are too hard for you? A place where your fellow musicians aren't going to judge you, and certainly you guys aren't going to judge us. So it's really great to have a safe place where you can try new things. Most of these guys come from church groups where they ring the same 2 bells. These are my 2 bells. I like how they feel. I know these bells. If I hit it like this, I know what it does. If I hit it like this, I know what it does. Those are heavy. I don't want to, that's scary. I don't want to try that. And did you see what they do up there? That is so fast. There is no chance I'm doing that. But we give everybody a chance to try something new. And we're not afraid of messing it up. Because it's okay, because how are you going to learn if you don't? So things like tricky key signatures or 4-in-hand or weaving crazy time signatures and changes in time. For example, usually we're in 4, nice, easy, 1, 2, 3, 4. Everybody knows how to count to 4. Sometimes we're in 3. That's a nice waltz. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, right? Well, the next one we're going to do is in 5. 5. And if you're playing 8th notes, then it's 10. Are you really going to make me count to 10? Oh, yes. Yes, I am. And we're going to practice, and it's going to be okay, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So this is Daffodil Valley by Ron Mallory. They're so great. I'm going to share something awesome with you guys. They're getting ready for the next piece, but they're not going to mind me interrupting them while they're looking for all their stuff. Who up here has been ringing for 6 months or less? Bravo. Who up here has been ringing for a year or less? Keep your hands up. How about 5 years or less? How about 10 years or less? Okay, raise your hand if you've been ringing for 20 years. Keep them up. Keep them up if you've been ringing for 20 years or more. 20 years or more, raise your hands. All right, how about 25? How about 30? How about 35? Vicki, how many years have you been ringing? 62 years as a ringer. Fantastic. I chose this next piece. We were at actually my next opportunity now is to ask you questions if you have more of them. You've seen a lot more stuff happening. What do you think? Do you have more questions or should I just go on? Anybody? No. Awesome. Oh, yeah, what's up? Tell me. That's a great question. His question was, why do they wear gloves? And so I will tell you why. I will tell you that some people wear gloves because our hands are filthy and disgusting and covered in germs and boogers and sweat and all sorts of gross stuff. And we just spent a 12-hour day taking apart and cleaning all of our bells. And that is a long time to spend scrubbing bells. And so wearing the gloves keeps some of that gross face, skin stuff off of the bells. But the reason I wear gloves is because very often I am ringing 2 bells in one hand, like this. And when you're ringing 2 bells in one hand, the insides of my fingers get very sore. So I need extra padding on the insides of my fingers. Likewise, if you're ringing the giant bells, can you pick one up, Farrell? That's one of the 2s. That's about 15 pounds on the end of a stick. That's like ringing a turkey on the end of a stick. It's pretty heavy in one direction, right? It's not balanced. But that puts weight on this part of your hand. And oh my gosh, heaven forbid, if we get a blister, oh my God, the day is over, the week is over, it's game over. So we also wear them to protect our hands so that we can keep ringing. Yes? How about a turkey? How fat's the turkey? About 15 pounds. It's not a Thanksgiving turkey, maybe it's like a normal dinner turkey. So the next piece I chose, we did a reading session. Having individual groups all over the state means that you can go and hang out with other ringers and see what they're up to. And so they were doing a reading session, and we just sat in on it. And the next piece, I just loved it so much. Not because it's great, but because I knew that my daughter loved it. And I was like, guys, we gotta bring this home. We gotta find a way to play this. And so I brought it home. It gave me an opportunity to buy a new instrument. I don't know if you hear the Atlantic Ocean has come into Faith Lutheran right now, but what's going on back there, that is called a wave drum. And it's different from a rain stick, right? It has like, you can feel them sort of crash and move. And so we had the opportunity to purchase a new instrument, which is fantastic. So I have, so we will be playing a piece from the animated motion picture Moana. Look at her face. She's so upset. How far I'll go. I forgot an essential invitation. In the back of your program, there are the lyrics to the last verse. And so we would like you to chime in and sing with us. I will turn around and tell you when it's time to start, okay? Bravo! Thank you for singing with us. All right, so the trio is going to come back up, and I am going to ask, we just have a quick thank you that we wanted to read. It was prepared by one of our ringers. It was a surprise to me, but it's beautiful. So I'm going to ask Vicki to come up, and I'm going to have her read it so that I can come and set up the next thing that we're working on. Please welcome back Vicki Morosky, Chair of Connecticut.
So, from Faith Lutheran's website, we are a community that is friendly, joyful, and welcoming. A mix of generations, family structures, faith backgrounds, and experiences. From the beginning, this congregation committed itself to intentionally creating a place of welcome for all people. Chime In, Music with a Mission, shares that same vision to engage people in the joy and sense of community that music fosters through participation and performance. Connecticut handbell musicians is also a safe space to grow. Sponsored by Chime In, the Connecticut Handbell Musicians is a diverse ensemble of 20 roaming ringers who gather together here at Faith Lutheran on Wednesday nights for 15 weekly 2-hour rehearsals during the summer. In those 30 hours, we prepare 6 pieces of music, and along with the trio, we present a summer concert series like this one for the benefit of the community. Our shared mission at the heart of both organizations is a simple but powerful purpose: to bring people together, to connect and to engage in community. We strive to foster connection, collaboration, and unity by sharing spaces and hosting community events, promoting inclusivity, celebrating diversity, and living out the values that we all hold in common. On behalf of the Connecticut Handbell Musicians and Chime In, we would like to express our deepest appreciation to Pastor Chris Dion and the leadership and congregation of Faith Lutheran Church for the generous use of this beautiful facility and space each summer, and the Bristol community for their support. Your hospitality and support energizes our journey and makes our joy possible. Pastor Chris, please come on. We've brought a complete executive gift to the Sunday collection. Thank you. Would you like to say a word?
Well, it's been a pleasure to have you guys here. And if we have any meetings going on while you're there, it's almost like there's this, this feeling to the meeting, because there's this calming effect in the background as we're hearing the bells practice. So it's been great having you here, and thank you very, very much. Y'all come back now anytime.
Now, I'd like to introduce Felicity for the last week, but I don't know where the... Have you seen it? Oh my.
Thank you guys so much. Who knows that one? You guys know that one? Do you know that one? You know that? Any old kids know that one? Oh, yes, awesome. We hit the over 40 market. Brilliant. All right, well, I am going to take this opportunity to again say thank you so much to Faith Lutheran for letting us practice here all summer. It's been a blessing, and we would be happy to come back anytime. I do have 2 invitations, maybe 3, for you guys. The first is, I have some friends who are handing stuff out. They're coming out to you. Please chime in with us on this last piece. Shake some shakers, sing along. The lyrics, again, are in your program. We would love to have you sing along. Second, after the concert, please come on up to the tables. We would love to let you pick things up and swing them around and see how heavy they are and see how, okay. Not yet. I'll cue you. Shh, 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 shh. We would love to have you come up to the tables and play the bells and see how easy they are and how fun they are. Talk to a ringer and they will help you. Finally, the last invitation I have is the unfortunate necessity to remind you that these programs are not free to run. They are hard to keep things up. And so if you have the means, you are welcome to make a donation with a QR code or in one of those upturned bells at either entrance. We'd love it if you put something in there, preferably not an egg shaker, preferably something paper, maybe green paper with multiple digits on it, if you can manage that. Anyway, anything you have to offer is fantastic and we appreciate all of it, but we do provide free concerts because there should be no barriers to enjoying music, making it, or seeing it. Please enjoy with us our last piece by Neil Sedaka. Love will keep us together. Are you ready? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. today. I'm glad you braved the weather. Come on up to the tables. Come and try the bells out. And there are refreshments in the social hall afterwards. So please partake of any of those invitations.